还是中午好。那我们今天还是继续来研究十三章经。We'll continue to discuss Sutra in 42 sections. Let's say 观世音，我们来诵观音菩萨的圣号。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。我们今天是42章经的第29堂课。Today is lesson 29 in the Sutra in 42 sections. 声称释迦牟尼佛的圣号，有Sri Shakyamuni Buddha's name. Homage to our founding teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to our founding teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to our founding teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shila Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. 无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。Supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, really is encountered even in billions of years. And now I see and hear, accept and avoid it, and I truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. 上礼拜我们是从第27章开始讨论了3章。Last week we discussed section 27 to 29, 3 sections. To read the text, to review that， 我们把这个经文念一念来做个复习。佛言：夫为道者，游牧在水，循流而行，不触两岸，不为人取，不为鬼神所遮，不为回流所住，亦不腐败，不保此人，决定入海。The Buddha said, a person who follows the way is like a floating piece of wood that courses along with the current. If it does not touch either shore, if people do not pluck it out, if ghosts and spirits do not intercept it, if it's not trapped in whirlpools, and if it does not rot, I guarantee that the piece of wood will reach the sea. 学道之人，不为情欲所惑，不为众邪所扰，清净无为，无保此人，必得道矣。If students on the way are not deluded by emotion and desire, and if they are not caught up in the many crooks views, but are vigorous in the cultivation of the uncontingent, I guarantee that they will certainly attain the way. 这一章就到这边。This is the end of the section. 这边是用一个木头在水里河里头来做个譬喻。So this is an analogy. It's a log flowing along the river, and this is an analogy for cultivation. 那就是说，你修道的人呢，就像木头在水里头一样，循流而行，是顺流而下。那如果这个木头呢不触两岸，不被两岸所接触到，这个有的意思，我想可以显示说，如果这个木头很长的话，你被卡住了，就被岸所卡住。So this is an analogy that a piece of wood is flowing along the current. You say it does not touch both shores. And one way to look at this is that if this log piece of wood is very long, then it can be stuck by both shores. It won't flow down. 不为人取，不为鬼神所遮。这木头也没有被人家拿走，也没有被鬼神挡住。And it's neither blocked by person nor obstructed by spirits and ghosts. 不为回流所住，就是不会陷在漩涡里头。陷在漩涡里头的话，就不会再往下流。继续在那打转 ，so it's not stuck by the whirlpool, so not trapped in the whirlpools. If you're trapped in the whirlpools, then it keeps spinning there, it won't move downstream. 亦不腐败 and does not rot. 不保证这个木头呢一定会流到海里头去，河流最后会流到海，所以这个木头会跟着这个水流流到海里头去。So I guarantee this piece of wood will reach the sea, because the river will eventually flow into the sea, and this piece of wood will follow the current and enter the sea. 就是说，这个木头它在流的时候没有被任何的挡住了，或者被人家拿走了，那当然也不腐败，那当然这木头就会流到海里去。I just say that if this piece of wood is flowing down along the river current, it's not obstructed by anything, it's not plucked by a human, then it will certainly flow into the sea. 这边就是讲的 学道的人、修行人，不为情欲所惑，不为众邪所扰，不被感情啊、欲望，其实讲的色欲所迷惑。So this is talking about the cultivators are not deluded by emotion and love, desire, sexual desire. 不为众邪所扰，是不被一些邪门的东西，可以是思想，可以是邪人所干扰的。They are not caught up in many crooks views. I don't think there's only limited views. It can be some deviant people, people. So not just limited to views. Chinese is just share, it's wrong, so it's not righteous, so it's not just limited views. 精进无为，精进的去学无为呢，那佛陀就是保证这个人一定会成道。So if this cultivator can be vigorous in their cultivation of the unconditioned, then the Buddha guaranteed that they will certainly attain the way and succeed in their cultivation. 把这个经文重新来对照一下。I have English next page, that's Chinese. 这边上头这边就是木头，下面这个是修行人，所以这个不触两岸，相当于不为情欲所惑。木头不触两岸，不为情欲所惑。不为人取，不为鬼神者，这相当于不为众邪所扰。所以这个众邪包括鬼神啊，包括人的，包括神的。不为会有所住，就表示他很精进，继续前进。不为腐败，亦不腐败，无为。所以结果就是说，这个木头会流到海里头去。这个修行人呢会得到，所以是他这个譬喻实际上是相对的。So this is talking about a piece of wood, and the following will be the cultivator. The piece of wood does not touch either shore. I think it will get stuck by both shores. Cultivators are not deluded by emotion and desire. So this is parallel to that. Then people do not plug it out, or ghosts and spirits do not intercept it. And it's corresponding to the cultivators are not caught up in many crooks views. So you see here, this including the human, right? And also ghosts and spirits. So it's not just views, just not just views. And not trapped in whirlpools, that's equivalent to vigors. Because in vigors, you'll keep moving ahead. And when you trap in the whirlpools, you won't be able to move down the stream. That's not rot, equivalent to cultivation of the application. And the result is this piece of wood will reach the sea, and then the cultivators will certainly succeed in their cultivation. Okay. 这个是弘一大师的注解。上人这个解释的很类似，我们就是这边很快的看过去。So this is Grandmaster Oyi's commentary, and the master actually followed us very closely. So I just want to went through this quickly. 两岸譬喻说情欲，我们讲的 the two shores is the language of the emotion and desire. 人及鬼神是譬喻的众邪 ，humans and ghost spirits, the deviant. 人又分析一点，为爱所缠的话就是人，然后剑所缚的话是鬼神。So he further divide this for human and ghost, and plugged by human means is bound by emotional love, and intercept by the ghosts and spirits is by the wrong view. 那会有所做的精进，相反腐败无为相。所以我觉得快点看过去。那接下来是第26章。And we continue section 28. 经文3的Sutra。我言生物系如意，如意不为心；生物与社会，社会即获生。得阿罗汉语乃可信如意。The Buddha said, "Be careful not to believe your own mind. Your mind is not to be believed. Be careful not to get involved with sex. Involvement in sex leads to disaster. Only after you have attained arhatship can you believe your own mind." That's the end of the section. 这章这么短。首先，这个佛陀就讲说，千万不要信你自己的心力、你的想法，因为你的心力呢，你的想法是不可相信的。So the Buddha first said that, be careful not to believe your own mind, your thoughts. Don't believe your thoughts. And your thoughts are not to be believed. 那么接下来讲说，不要与社会，不要和这个色欲所碰在一起，缠在一起。如果和这个色欲缠在一起的话，就会出问题，破身。So the next is don't get involved with sex. You be involved with sex, it is a disaster. 接下来就又回到这个义了。得阿罗汉语乃可信如意。你什么时候可以相信你的心意、你的想法呢？你成了4果阿罗汉以后，才可以相信你的想法。So then go back to mind on your thoughts only after you have attained arhatship. This fourth stage arhat. Only then you believe in your own thoughts. Let's start here. 我是觉得这一句话如果把它先拿掉的话，会比较顺。I'm thinking that if we temporarily remove this sentence, then the first sentence and third sentence follow better. 你如果像这边就是你说你千万不要相信自己的心力，你的心力不可信。 那什么时候才可以相信呢？得阿罗汉才能够相信。So don't believe your own mind, your own thoughts, and only after you become an arhat can you believe your own thoughts, your mind. That follows better. 这个中间差了这个色欲的问题就有点突然，因为你这个本来是谈到你的心理，然后谈到色欲，那后来再回到心理，就是怪怪的。So this first line is talking about your mind and your thought, and second line talking about sexual desire. It's kind of abrupt and change the subject. Then third line going back to your mind or thoughts. So it's possible this is actual sentence because the next section is talking about this. 就是会有一个怀疑，就是说中间这个第二句有可能是多出来的，因为29章就是讲的这个问题。那我们晓得这些佛经都是经过1-2千年的传下来，所以在这个传的过程里头，有可能会有错误的地方。And remember that the sutras that is 1,000-year-old, and this particular sutra is longer, probably 2,000 years. And after such a long time, the text, the content may be altered a bit, you know. 这部经因为最早进来2000年了，里面2000年历史。那从前的人，因为印刷术不是那么发达，是手抄的。手抄的时候，你有可能就抄错，一代传一代，有可能这样子。And in the old days, there is no printers. You have copy by hand, and then some error can occur. So this could be the case. And just one possibility, just reasons. 那这个只是一个猜测。那我的意思就是说，我们在读经的时候，不能够100%的相信佛经，因为它有可能会有错误的地方。So my point is that when we read sutras, we can't trust the sutra 100%, because there may be some scriptural error. It's very possible. There's a possibility, and then we have to use our own wisdom and to discern whether is correct or not. 就是我们要用自己的智慧来判断，或者你从那个祖师的解释里头去看看有没有祖师这么提。我们俗话里头讲说，这个尽信书不如无书，所以我们不能够，即使佛经也不能够完全相信，100%的相信，也有可能会出错误。这里当然不是一个大的错误，只是说这个经文上觉得好像很突然。So there's a Chinese saying that if you don't trust books 100%, if you trust the books 100%, then it's better not to have books. So it can also apply to all the sutras. I'm not question the genuine of the sutra, and just say that there's possibility there something may happen here. For example, like this, the second line here, this is kind of abrupt. It's probably not quite follow the flow. 这是上来的解释，他讲说我们这个心力呢，就像一匹马一样，谈到色呢，就是要远离 So the master said that our mind is just like a horse, still content and subdue. And for the sex, you need to stay clear of sex. 我们是从无始劫来都是自情纵欲，在六道的因为轮回打转，不能证得阿罗汉果，常常和无明爱见难在一起。这个爱见应该是两件事情，爱是情爱，见是邪见。So from countless eons in the past until now, we have let our passion and desire run away because we continue in the samsara. We are unable to become arhat because we continually caught up in ignorance, views, emotional love, and pride. So there should be two things. We have views of emotional love, views and emotional love. So we need karma here. 上面就讲说那个，就等于经文里头讲了，不可以信向自己的意念，也不可以受为信向。So there's no conclusion. Don't believe your own thoughts. 那接下来就是第29章正观第四 the section 29 is talking about to literally say that with right contemplation to look at the enemy with right contemplation. The enemies are sexual desire. 来念经文 and read the text Sutra. 佛言：圣物是女色，异貌共言语。若于愚者真心思念而为沙门，处于浊世，当如莲花，不为迷雾。The Buddha said, "Be careful not to look at women and do not talk with them. If you must speak with them, be properly mindful and think, I'm a Shamana living in a turbid world. I should be like the lotus flower, which is not stained by the mud." 想其老者如母，长者如妾，少者如妹，智者如子，深度脱虚，习念恶念。Think of an elderly woman as your mother, of those who are older than you as your elder sisters, of those who are younger as your younger sisters, and of very young girls as your daughters. Bring forth thoughts to rescue them and to put an end to bad thoughts. That's the end. So 所以这边就讲说不要看女人，这个当然是对比丘而言，因为这部经佛陀是在教导比丘，所以对比丘们说不要看女人，那也不要跟他们谈话。So the Sutra, the Buddha was teaching the bhikshus. That's why he said, don't look at women. So he said this to the bhikshus, don't look at women and don't talk to them. 那你看这边就和前面讲的生物与社会，对不对？社会只有获胜，这是同样的内容。前面28章讲的那个第二句话，就是和这个就是非常相近的。So this first sentence here, do not look at women and do not talk with them. This is exactly what the previous section, the second line, talking about. Don't get involved with sex. Right? This is the same same content。那你如果一定要和女人讲话的时候呢，要有个正念，怎么正念呢？我是沙门，我是出家人，处在这个五浊恶世，应该要像莲花一样，不为泥污，为泥土果给染污。So, and the Buddha continued to instruct that if you must speak with women, then you have keep right mindfulness. You have to be mindful that you are a monk living in a turbulent world and should be like lotus flower, which is not stand by the monk. 要晓得莲花是出淤泥而不染，它是长在淤泥里头，但是它不为淤泥所染污。所以就是佛陀就说要那些比丘们像莲花一样，不要被这个五浊恶世给染污了。And everybody knows lotus flower. They grow in mud, however, they are not stained by mud. So the Buddha wants bhikkhus to be like lotus flower. It's not defiled by the turbulent world. 那接下来呢，要观想，就是如果对方是年纪很大的女人的话，你要把她看成像自己的母亲一样。Okay, and the further contemplation, if you are talking to an elderly woman, and you have contemplated things that regard her as your mother. 那如果对方是年纪比你长的，不是那么老，是年纪比你大的话，你要把它看成是你的姐姐，比你年轻的就可能你的妹妹。So if the woman is older but not that old, then you think you take her as your elder sister. And for younger ones, you think they are your younger sisters. 如果是很年小的小女孩子呢，就把她看成是你的女儿。So for the very young girls, you think they are your daughters. 你要生度脱心，就是说要想到要度他们，度这个女人呢，也许是你的亲人，对不对？看着你的亲人，那你当然要度他们。那起了这个度脱心以后，你自然就不会有恶念。So you also need to bring forth thoughts. You want to rescue them, and these are your loved ones. Of course, you want to rescue them. Once you have the thought of rescue, then your bad thoughts will stop. So you have this wholesome thought. You want to help them, and of course you don't want to harm them. 那你这个生度脱心，你想要度他们，要帮助他们，那你自然不会要伤害他们，所以就会把恶念给止息。这个讲过，就是前面这个生物是女色一毛刚言语，这个就是在修的远离恨。你要远离他们，不要与女色会在一起。So the first sentence, do not look at women and do not talk to them. This is you keep a distance from women. And this is one way practice. You keep a distance. 那接下来就要和他们谈话的时候，你自己要先想说你是一个 你像莲花一样，所以你要保持清净啊。那你要保持清净的话，你就不应该有不好的念头，是不是？ So the next you have to have a right mindfulness. You have to remind yourself you want to be like a lotus flower. So then you have to keep yourself pure, right? You don't want to defile yourself. 那接下来呢，就是你要想到要帮助他们，帮助对方。那这个就是一个新的菩萨道。你要前面你想自己是个莲花，那只是自利，是你要自己像莲花一样清净。但是这边呢，你是不光是这个管自己，你要帮助人家，所以这个是菩萨道的行为。So then when you want to help people, then this is Bodhisattva path, right? You are walking on the Bodhisattva path. And when earlier on you think about yourself is like a lotus flower, that's only for yourself. You want to keep yourself pure, like a lotus flower. But here you take a further step. You want to help him, help people. So this is Bodhisattva path. 这是上人的开示。前面也讲说要远离啊，必须远离的，用生善灭恶的方法对自己的爱欲。So this is Master's commentary explanation. So this talking about you keep a distance. Then you say that one is using the method of bringing forth the good and ending the bad to overcome love and desire. 这个生善灭恶，尤其是像讲说你想到你要度对方，度对方，那你那个就是一个善心，因为你生的那个善念呢，就会把恶念给止息掉。So when you think about rescue people, that's goodness, right? That you have goodness rises, and that goodness will end the bad thoughts. 那就是用这样子的方法来对自己的爱欲。So this is a way, very effective way to overcome love and desire. 上文这边讲的就是说，你想自己像莲花一样，这个是个自利。So Master said this is a way to, when you think about keep yourself as pure as lotus, that's you helping yourself out. 那接下来就是看对方像你自己的亲人一样。And this is you think, you contemplate these women as your loved ones. And if you are a woman, then you contemplate the man you talk to as like your father or your brothers. 那如果是女人的话，就跟男人谈话的时候，你就把对方看成你的父亲或者你的兄弟这样子。更小的话就是你的儿子。所以if you're a woman, then you talk to a boy, and you contemplate that he is your son. 所以这边上面就讲说，你发心度脱，这个慈悲心就是利他。So when you want to help people, then you are compassionate, right? You are benefit others. 自利又利他，所以他就这个恶念就是这么自然没。 你自立就是自己要保持像棉花那样清净，然后你现在又帮助人家，所以就是自立在立的，那你这个恶念自然就会自息。So you first you contemplate your life as pure as the lotus flower. You benefit yourself. And you further want to help others, right? And this you benefit others. So now you benefit yourself and benefit others, and that will help you to overcome the evil thoughts. The evil thoughts will naturally disappear. That's why we start last time. 我们上礼拜就在这边听起来。接下来我们就看第30章里面有没有 continue section 30。这一章讲的是远离恨、欲火黏力。So this section is talking about keep a distance, stay far away from fire of desire. Let's read the text. 佛言：夫为道者，如披甘草，火来须避，道人见欲，必当远之。The Buddha said, people who cultivate the way are like those covered with dry grass. It's essential to keep themselves away from an oncoming fire. People who cultivate look upon that desire as something they must stay far away from. 这章很短，就是这么几句话。So this is the whole section, very short. 为道修道的人呢，就好像你披着甘草一样，身上披着甘草。那你披着甘草呢，看到火呢，你就要赶快远离这个火，你不要去接近火。接近火的话，你的草烧起来，草烧起来把你都烧坏了。So this is another analogy. The cultivators of the way are like people who cover themselves with dry grass. And when you see fire, you better keep a distance, keep yourself away from fire. Otherwise, the grass will burn, and they will harm you. So, 那接下来就是整个结论，道人见欲呢，必当远之。So this is the conclusion here. The cultivators look upon desire as something that they must stay far away. So they must stay far away from desire. 也就是说，你要离开这个色欲离远，就像你披着甘草，你要离开远离火一样。你这个欲呢，就像火嘛，那你草呢，甘草你本身就像甘草一样。So the analogy is that the sexual desire is like fire, and the cultivators are like dry grass. 所以我就讲的远离啊。So this is talking about the master's commentary. You have to keep it at a distance from thoughts of desire. 这边也讲了什么是甘草。甘草呢，就是你的六根六情。六根就是指的你的眼耳鼻舌身意是六根。这每一根呢就有情出来，所以这个像甘草一样。So what's meant by dry grass? the six sense organs and its emotions. Sense organs are your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. The sense organs. And it's like dry grass. 那什么是火？六尘。那六尘这个就指的那个你的眼睛所看的东西，色声香味触法，就是六尘。眼睛看色，耳朵听到声音，鼻闻到香尘，这个都是这些外境，这是外境，就是胸六。The sense objects are like raging fire. The sense object is the external state, and your sense organs are part of your body. 六根呢，其实这是你身体的，在身体里面。圣人这边讲的说，你没有修到心境的两忘的时候，就应该修圆润。就是你心也没有了，外境也没有了，你这两个都没有的时候，才可以不修远离恨。那你如果还有里头还有个心，外境你还忘不了，那时候你就要修远离恨。So the master said, unless you reach the state of where both the mind and external states are forgotten, no more, do not exist anymore, then you have to cultivate the practice of keeping distance. It's only when you forget about your mind and the external states, then you don't need to keep a distance. 接下来就应该讲什么叫心境两忘。So the master explained what does it mean by forgetting the mind and external state. 心境两忘呢是内观其心，心无其心，就是你往内看你的心，你找不到心，心没有了，所以你的心的不见了，就是心忘。So you contemplate the mind inwardly, and you couldn't find the mind. Then that's what you forgot about the mind. Okay. 那外观其行，行无其行。你往外看，外头的世界，外头的境，你没有看到任何东西，就你外境你也像没有看到一样，没有境界，那就是心境了，境忘掉，那境界就没有。So when you look at I think this is like observe or look at the forms outside, and there's no form. Okay, there's no external state, and that's what the external state. You forgot about external state. 心也空，身也空，心境双忘，眼看一切物都没有了，就可不为六根六尘所占。So the mind is empty, the body is empty, and both mind and external states are forgotten. The eyes see everything, but there is nothing. At that point, you are no longer moved by the six organs and the object. 这边讲的这个心也空，就是前面讲的内观其心，心无其心，身也空，这个其实没有了，讲到外境，并不是光讲身， 基本上静这个另外词的放弃，这个外观切心身心或者心也空，就是心也空，那这样的心情的话 ，so the mind is empty. So when you look inside, you couldn't find your mind. And here, say the body is empty. This is more like the states, the external states is empty as well. So that both the mind and external states are both empty. 那你眼睛看东西，什么都没有，心里头都没有。你眼睛虽然看东西，但是心里头一点东西都没有。你光眼睛在看东西，但是那个看到的东西，那个讯号没有传到你的脑海里面去，就像没有看到一样。So even though your eyes see everything, but there's nothing in your mind. So your eyes still see things, but the message didn't get registered in your mind. 那这样子的话，就是说你不会被外境所干扰，不管是外面的什么东西，多漂亮的东西，多好的东西，你不影响到你的心了，你心根本就没有接受到那个讯息。那这时候你就不为六根六尘所在，主要是被六尘，六尘会影响接受，六根会接受到六尘。然后影响人心。So when your eyes see things, but there's nothing in your mind, and this point that you are moved by the object, right? It's no matter how beautiful the form is, your mind doesn't register in your mind, so you are not moved by the beautiful things outside. This means you are not moved by the objects, and more like the object than just sense of organs. 道人见欲必当远之。我们修行人看到色欲的时候，就要离得远远的，就像看到火一样。So the cultivators we should stay away from desire. You see the desire, then you should keep a distance from it. 但是呢，如果你能见如不见，闻如不闻，那你就不需要。If you can see things, but your mind doesn't register, you hear nice sounds, but it doesn't reach your mind, then you don't need to keep distance. 那这个见如不见，闻如不闻，这讲就是眼观心色，内无有；耳听尘世，心不知。你眼睛看东西，但是你内心里头没有东西。耳听尘世，心不知。你耳朵听了很多世间的事情，但是你心里头一点讯息都没有接收到。So the eyes see forms outside, but inside in your mind, there's nothing in your mind. Okay? Doesn't register, no matter how beautiful that can be. And the ears hear the words, sounds, but the mind is not aware of. So this just talking about that we say earlier that you are not influenced by the external state, you are sort of forget the external state. 那这就是说，你不被外境所干扰，外境和你一点关系都没有。不管外境是怎么样，多么漂亮的东西，或是多么好听的声音，一点对你的心一点影响都没有。 所以想说见如不见，闻如不闻。虽然看了，但是好像没有看到一样；听了，好像没有听到一样。So that's the state that when you see things as if not seeing, you hear as if not hearing. 所以在这个你达到这个境界的时候，就不用修远离恨，那你就天天在一起也不会有麻烦，和色欲在一起。要是不能这样子呢，就要修远离恨。So if you have that skill, then you don't need to practice keeping a distance. You can be with sex together all the time, it's no problem. But if you can't handle that, then you better practice keeping distance. So that's the end of section 13. 30章就到这边为止。接下来我们看第31章 ，continue look at section 31. Let's read the text. 佛言：有人唤言不止，欲自断音。我谓之曰：若断其音，不如断心。心如工巢，工巢若止，从者都息。其心不止，断音为因。The Buddha said there was once someone who was plagued by ceaseless sexual desire and wished to castrate himself. The Buddha said to him, to cut off your genitals will not be as good as to cut off your mind. Your mind is like a supervisor. If the supervisor stops, his employees will also quit. If the deviant mind is not stopped, what good does it do to cut off the organ? 我为所记，欲生于汝意，亦以思想生。二心各极尽，非色亦非恨。我言此即是迦摄佛说。The Buddha spoke a verse for me. Desire is born from your intentions. Intentions are born from thoughts. When both aspects of the mind are still, there is neither form nor activity. The Buddha said, this verse was spoken by the Buddha Kashyapa. 这个是佛陀讲的，说有一个人呢，幻言不止，那淫欲心没有办法断，强烈的淫欲心，强烈到什么地步？他想要把自己的男根给断掉，把自己的男根给切掉。想这样子的话，就不会有那个淫欲的念头。So this is the case that is someone has very strong sexual desire, and he couldn't stop it. So he thought about way, and that's to castrate himself. Okay, so that he can stop the sexual desire. 那但是佛陀就跟他讲说，你断你的男根呢，不如断心。你要把你的男根给断掉，不如把你的心给断掉。So the Buddha said to him, to cut off your genitals will not be as good as to cut off your mind. To cut off your mind is kind of it's a literal translation from Chinese. It's more like to stop your thoughts, right? Stop your desire. 这个断心，讲就是类似像停止你的欲望，停止你的意念。接下来佛讲心如工巢，工巢就等于是工头一样。工巢若止，从者得心。 你这个心就像工头一样，工头停下来的时候，他手下的人也没有停下来。So your mind is like a supervisor. If the supervisor stops, then his employee will also quit. The supervisor may not be the best translation. This is more like a foreman. When the foreman stops, then his workers will also stop. 那我接下来说邪心不止呢，断因合一。你这个淫欲的心，如果不停止下来的话，你把栏杆给断掉，有什么好处？有什么帮助？没有什么帮助。你那个淫欲心还在。So the Buddha clearly said the deviance of even mind is not stopped. It's probably more like a wrong the sexual desire, your wrong thoughts is not stopped. Then how good is it to cut off the male organ? Even if they cut off the male organ, you still have the sexual desire. 那接下来佛陀就是说了一个偈颂。So next the Buddha spoke a verse. 欲生于乳欲，这个欲呢就是色欲，生于乳欲。现在你的心里头产生这个欲望意念。Desire is born from your intention. So this E could translate the intention. You have the intention, so there's a desire. E 思想生，因为你没有想，才会有这个心理。Intention are born from thoughts. You think about something, so you have an intention. 然后二心各极静的，如果你这个意也静下来，想也静下来的时候，那你就不会有欲望。这个二心实际是你的心力和你的思想。So when both aspects of mind are still, it's talking about your intention and your thoughts. Both stop. Then 是你的风懂了，没有色也没有这个我们这边没看得很清楚。这是迦摄佛所说的。And this is Kasha Buddha. I don't think we need this article. This is the specific Buddha Kasha Buddha. 这个关系应该不需要。This is my some revision of the translation. But only once there. And this cut off the mind, okay, stop your mind. And her translation will be cut off the mind. 这个断心呢，在翻译的时候，也就是把你的心给停下来，会停止你的心，会好一点，把心断掉。And this supervisor, the foreman in the better translation, 这个工厂翻译成工头，然后给这个 supervisor 就是说你的上司，你的监督你的老板。 那个 wrong mind or deviant mind。上来这边讲的就是我们断欲呢，应该从心上，从心去断，而不是从男根或女根上断。But the master said that when you, the section you're talking about, you want to start desire, you start it with within the mind. 这边也讲了说，你想知道怎么断心呢？你就应该知道，欲是从心力生出来的，然后心力是从思想生出来的。是经文里头讲的是欲生于如意。你的欲望呢？你的欲望是从心力里头生出来的，那心力又从思想里头生出来的。就是说，你的思想会生出你的心力，然后心力呢又会生出你的欲望出来。所以，那你要断心呢，你要从根本来。So you want to know the method for starting the mind. You starting the mind. You should know that the desire arises from intention. Intention gives rise to desire. And your intention are produced from your thought. So the thoughts will produce intention, and from intention you have desire. So the root will be the thought. 然后接下来就是说，你要观你这个思想是自己生出来的呢，还是从他生出来，从别的地方生出来的，还是共同生出来的，或者是没有因就生出来的，无缘无故就生出来。So then contemplate, okay? Look at your thoughts. Are they produced of themselves? Are they produced from something else? Are they produced from both? Okay? Or are they produced without any cause? 然后继续的去观说这个思想呢是在里边呢，还是在外边，在你的身体里头，还是在之外，还是在中间以外的中间。So you further to try to find out whether the thoughts are internal, inside your body, or outside your body, or in the middle between internal and external. 是过去呢，现在还是未来？你的思想，过去的思想是现在还是未来？Do they come from the past? The thoughts come from the past, from the present, or from the future? 那你如果是这样子去找你的思想的话，那你的思想，你的想就会静下来。那你想呢？你等你没有妄想的时候，你的心力也就静，你的心也就静下来。那你的心静下来以后，你的自然也不会有欲望。When you try to find out your thoughts in the same way, then your thoughts will become still and without any substance of their own. Once your thoughts are still, your intention becomes still. It's also like your mind becomes still. When your mind or intention are still, then your desire becomes still. 那你没有欲了，你没有这管以后，就是 没有欲的那你看一切的色法，就像镜里的像一样，看一切东西呢，就像那个镜里的像。那既然是像镜的像一样，那就不是真的。外面的东西，这个东西就不是真的。So now when your desire are still, no more desire, you see that all things or objects like a mirror image, an image in the mirror. And the reflection in the mirror, they are not real. Right? So 灰色这种不是色，因为它不是真的东西，它也是你的form是一切的行为也像泡沫，灰色会形像泡沫一样，泡沫也不是真的。And all activities are like bubble, they are also false. 那诸佛呢都是这样子的观察，有这样的传授，令你先调伏习性。So all Buddhas contemplate and transmit this method contemplation and enable us to secure mind. 我们回过头去看 ，Let's go back. 后面就是在解释接手其生。So we spend enough time talking about this verse. 像你的色欲呢，胜欲如意，是从你的心里头生出来的。或者你的心力从心里头生出。那你这个心力呢，是因为你在想，你想的呢才会有这个意。那有意呢，就会有产生欲望。那如果这个也没有想，也没有意的时候，那你就欲望就不会生出来。没有欲了以后，你看的东西就像没有东西一样。那所有的行为也像没有行为一样，这是后面讲的。So I'm just talking about desire arises from your intention. You have intention will give rise to desire. And intentions are born or arises from thought. Because you have thoughts, then when you have intention, then because of intention you have desire. Now if you can stop both thoughts and the intention, then there won't be any desire. Right? That's why the need of both aspects of the mind, about the thoughts and intention. Then the results, there won't be any form or any activity. So when your minds are still, then you don't see any form. Right? You understand the form is like a mirror image, and it's not real. And the activities is also like a bubble. Then 后面就讲说你看到那个色呢，就像那个镜像一样，镜子里头的东西不是真的。那形呢，就像那个水泡一样，水泡也不是真的。所以就是非色，没有色也没有形。那这个是在那个观法，你像在参话头一样，你在参说这个思想是什么？因为是从思想产生意，然后从意产生 所以思想是它的源头，就像工草一样，工作一样。So this is the way you contemplate thoughts, because thoughts give rise to intention, and intention gives rise to desire. So thoughts is the root of the problem, and this is almost like a topic you try to investigate, and then you practice dhyana, the chant. So the topic you are asking what produce the thoughts. 那这边呢，你在话头，你在参说这个思想是怎么来的？是他自己生出来的呢，还是从别的地方生出来的？还是两个一起生，两个东西一起生出来，或者根本就他无缘无故就生出来？ So this is when you investigate what are the thoughts produced by themselves, or are they produced from something else, or they produced from both themselves and something else. They are produced without any cause. Okay? So that's the first step. You contemplate, you have to investigate where the thoughts come from. 你去参你的思想从哪里来，然后你还要去参这个思想是在你的身体里头呢，还是在身外，还是在里外中间 ？Okay? And you have also to try to find out whether the thoughts, where are the thoughts? Are they inside yourself or outside or in the middle? 然后接下来就是在阐说这个你的念头呢，你的思想是过去呢，在过去呢，还是在现在，还是在未来？ So you also need to investigate whether the thoughts come from the past, present, or from the future. 那你这样子去参你的参话头，这样子参的结果呢，你的那个思想就会静下来。And if you can contemplate this way, then your thoughts will become still. You won't have any more thoughts. 那你没有妄想的呢，那你的心力也就没有了，静下来。那你心里也静下来，你的欲望也没有。So once your thoughts are still, have no more thoughts, your intention comes still, and then your desire is still no more desire. 那你的什么东西都静下来以后呢，你就看一切的色法就像正义人像一样。是这时候你看的任何东西呢，就像看到他们是在镜里头一样。那既然是镜像呢，那就不是真的。所以外头的东西，任何东西都不是真的。So now, when your mind, your thoughts, everything is still, then you'll see that the forms are mirror reflection, the reflection in the mirror, they are not real. 那一切的行为呢，也像泡沫一样，泡沫不是真的，泡沫也不是真的。And all the activities are like bubbles, they are not genuine either. 那这就是诸佛都是这样子在观察，这样子的参，也把这个方法给传说下来。So it's for the Buddhas contemplate this way. And they also transmit this method to the next future generation. 这个蕅益大师的解释 ，This is Grandmaster Oyi's commentary. 上人其实跟这个讲的很相近，因为他讲的这个就这样讲说，断欲呢须从心断。So the master followed this very closely. When you want to stop your desire, you have to work on your mind. 那你怎么样去断心？你就去这个欲是从欲生，欲从就是那个偈颂里头讲的欲生于如意，欲是从欲生中，然后讲说叫欲是从生，欲从是从欲。So this is the verse saying that the desire is born from the mind, the intention. Intention is born from thoughts. 那接下来就是前面讲的，你这个参，你这个思想是自己生出来的，还是从别的地方生出来，还是别的地方生出来，或是共生，或者无缘无故的生。So then you try to investigate. These thoughts are born by themselves, born from other something else, or they are both, one from both, or they just came out without no reason. 又想说，你这个思想是在内呢，在外呢，还是在中间？So I think investigate. The thoughts are internal, external, or in between. 或是过去呢，现在还是未来 ？The past, present, or future. 那你这样子去推究的时候，你的思想的极静，你的没有妄想，你的思想极静以后，你的意有心灵的极静。你意极静了以后，欲也极静，你就没有欲。So when you contemplate this way, your thoughts will become still. And when your thoughts become still, then your mind, the intention will become still. When the mind or intention is still, then desire will become still. You don't have desire. 那因为你的欲极静呢，观一切色如镜像，即是非色。那你的没有欲了以后，你看一切的东西，就像看到镜里的像一样，所以就不是色，不是形象，不是东西。When your desires are still, then you will see that all the forms are like the mirror image, so they are not form. 那你观一切形如泡沫，即是非色。你看了一切的形呢，就像水泡一样，所以就像非性。非色非性。And then you see that all the activities like bubbles, that's not activity. That's why we say that form not activity. 上人的解释和这个偶益大师的解释是非常非常相近。You see that the master followed this commentary very closely. This is the verse we just about. 是刚刚的那个解说。我们的解释especially the commentary by the master. We will cover this. Okay. 那31就到这边为止。So this is the end of section 31. I think we can stop here and see if people have any questions. 那我们这边接下来看看大家有没有什么问题讨论的。 谈谈礼拜天的讲解，没有问题的话，你再提出。So I will talk about this coming Sunday lecture. 下礼拜天是法师会继续讲楞严咒，那已经讲了上礼拜天讲，10 will continue to talk about the 香港mantra。礼拜天他会讲的是舍利山，舍利山的意思就是大佛顶的意思。She's going to talk about the sky, Shanisa, which means the great Buddha at the crown of the head. 那另外，上次有和大家讲过，就是12月4号温国城这边会传三轨五戒 ，talk about it. I have the English for next page. I can explain this. I will talk about use Chinese first, then next page will have English. 12月4号下午1点钟开始传，就是你在12点50要先报到。这个截止日期是这个月底，你申请的截止日期。那这个是你要准备的东西，要报名表，然后2张照片，还有就是100块钱。这个名额非常有限，所以要尽早报名。So it's the 4th of December, Sunday, and you'll start at 1 o'clock. And then you have to report 10 minutes before. And this is the application deadline, the end of this month. These are the required things. You have the registration form, 2 photos, and also $100. Okay, and it's very limited space, so you have to apply as soon as possible. Otherwise, you may fail. Okay, 有什么问题呢？温国城在11月7号就开始让大家如果进来，我只有从下午的1点到5点钟进城来，能够在这边挂单。So since the 7th of this November, this month, CVB is open to visitors. It's only from 1 to 5 in the afternoon, every afternoon. So we still, it's not allowed to stay on campus yet. That's for daytime visiting. 那个12月4号开始，城里头会打佛七，但是这个佛七还是没有办法开放给大家来参加。So we'll have the Amrita session starting on the 4th of December. But I don't think it's open to the public yet. It's probably only for the listening only. Any other questions? Do you see any questions? 因为你可以把这个李东霞的念一念，好不好？
他这个比较长，能听见吗？
清楚，很清楚。
他说这个在家学佛人简单维持简朴生活，一段时间不工作，专心修道，可否有利于此生修行？详细说是不明白，短期的一时精进过后，又投入工作，不能维持这一段时间精进的状态，就会相对后退和懈怠修行。不明白这样做与整体修行的是有利还是有弊？或者维持努力工作状态和每日定课，慢慢增加功课，但可能增加到一定的量，因为分心于工作，想再增进功课就会比较难了。这样保持日常修行的进步状态。他说，上述两种方法对于一生整体修行，哪个更有利于哪一个更好？
这个我想看个人啊，每个人都不太一样。当然，最好是你是保持一定的功课这样子做去，不要说忽快忽慢的。因为你第一个方法就是说有一段时间清静，我不工作，然后接下来又回去工作，恐怕不一定是最好的方法。如果保持个常态，这样子继续做下去的话，我想还是比较好。So this is a long question. Yeah, that's good. About that, the way to cultivate you keep doing that constantly, or you try to stop work, let's cultivate at home for a period of time and very vigorous. Then after a while, you go back to work. She asked which way is a better way. I think it depends on individual, but I wouldn't choose the first one. I think I would take a more steady step instead of more vigor at this time, a period of time, and less vigor next period of time. 自己可以试看看怎么样的，每个人都不是一样的。我去现场应该是有的，The meditation, I think will be streamed online. 我去没有办法，居士们没有办法来参加。So I said earlier that the meditation is not open to visitors yet. 从12月4号开始，那就是在10天吧，就是思想是在里边还是在外边或中间？这个只是你去参的方法，并不是说思想一定在外边，在里边。那只是一个像话头一样，就像你在参念佛是谁一样。这是一个参的方法，参说你这个思想是在哪里，只是一个类似像话头一样。So the way talking about the thoughts, where are the thoughts internal, external, or in between? It's just a way of like a topic, investigating topic for time. Just like usually we try to investigate who's mindful the Buddha. 思想从哪里生？是从你自己，他自己生出来的呢，还是从别的地方生出来？那也都是只是个话头而已。So where are the thoughts come from? That's also the topic previously. 所以就是它有不止一个话头，你参了一个以后，接下来就是参另外一个。那目的就是要把你的心静下来，所以他到后来就整个心都没有妄想了，没有妄想的话，你自然那个欲念也没有了。So that's the way to kind of control your mind, to contain your mind, and at the end, there's no more thoughts. That's what the end result, what you want. 在家人不工作，为了了生脱死，那你经济上怎么维持呢？如果你有足够的经济的话，那当然你可以不工作。但是你如果要生活的话，你总要有一些收入。你如果说本身就有足够的钱财的话，那当然可以不工作了。所以 many people, if you don't need to work, of course, it's fine. You don't work, you just cultivate. But you need to have enough wealth to support your life. If you have enough wealth to support your life, of course, you don't need to go to work. 那最好当然是出家了，因为你能够有因缘的话，出家当然是最好的，而不是说自己在家修，在家修是比不上出家的。And of course, if you have the condition to become a monastic, that will be best choice. And that person, no matter how much you cultivate, you cannot compare with a monastic. OK， 其他问题吗？时间也差不多了。翁和成这边出家是有年纪限制的，女众的话，我相信是48岁吧，不是50岁。男众这边是比较宽一点，那到底是55岁还是60岁也搞不清楚。So the maximum age to become a nun here in CTB, I believe is either 48 or 50. 有人你可以更正，如果我讲的不对的话。And for the men, it's either 55 or 60. It's not clear. 留在那个陈国霞这个你可不可以念一下？那个简体字有的我看不懂。
他说最近有一个因缘，我突然意识到我是佛，真是悲心交集口难开。有点难过，梦里的众生，甚至祖师世间的男女众生，山河大地，原来都是我自己啊。第二，有点欣喜，终于见到、感觉到了这个秘密。
好啊，就是我们每一个众生都是佛了，是不是？ 《楞严经》里头讲说，你有任何的境界，你不把它当做是好的境界的话，那就是好；你要把它当做是一个圣境的话，那就可能会出问题。就是你不管什么境界，你不要去执着，是的。Don't attach to any states, it's good or bad. If you are attached to that, you run into problem. 你不要执着，就不会有问题的。你如果执着的话，就会有问题。是没错。OK，我们来做回向了。累然后是屏幕等。中文来回向。Chant in Chinese。愿以四光灯，庄严佛净土，当报四众门，舍己三途苦。若有见闻者，悉发菩提心，尽此一报身，同生极乐国。这一包是女婿。In respect to the Venerable Master, Amitabha.